Hi, boys. I never told you about a story that Jillian told me when we were both really afraid that I would be separated from you, even though I shouldn't be. Since she is a minister, she knows a lot more about the Bible, and so she told me about Hannah, who's in the Old Testament in the book of Samuel, and she was a woman. She was basically a second wife. So in the Old Testament, some of the men would marry more women, um, and she wasn't able to have children. But um, her husband said, "Well, don't worry about kids. You have me." It reminded me of your dad because he was always like, "You shouldn't put your happiness in your children. I should come first." But of course, children come first. That's why God has mothers have children. But Hannah was really sad that she couldn't have a baby. And so she prayed. And in those times, they would go up to the temple and they'd bring a bull and they would kill it. That was part of the old time religion. A lot of religions in the world did that. And really, if you take away the judgment, because we don't do animal sacrifices anymore, but back then they would eat the food. They were just saying, when we kill something as sacred as an animal, we're going to dedicate it to God first. And a lot of Native American people do that too. Some people pray when they hunt, so it's not so strange to include a sacrifice in prayer. We just don't do it. You've only been really to Christian churches, which we don't do that. Um, but so Hannah went and she was really upset. Um, and she was praying. And one of the priests came up, Levi, and he said, "What are you doing, crazy lady? You're drunk. Get out of here." And she said, "I'm not drunk. I'm talking to God." She didn't mind him one bit because sometimes when you're going through hard things, when when things are unfair, people think you're crazy or they think you're drunk. But she just kept praying because she really wanted a child, and she was able to have a baby. But the problem was, she had made a promise that she would give her baby up as soon as he was weaned. So she brought him back and he became a great king. And Jillian told me that story to remind me that sometimes, we have to be separated from our children, but maybe God has something more wonderful for them. And I really hope that's for you the case. But she also has a beautiful prayer, which I'm going to read it to you. It's called Hannah's Prayer in my Bible. I don't really, it's so weird. My eyes all puffy still. Then Hannah prayed and said, "My heart rejoices in the Lord. In the Lord my horn is lifted high. My mouth boasts over my enemies, for I delight in your deliverance. There is no one holy like the Lord. There is no one beside you. There is no rock like our God. Do not keep talking so proudly, or let your mouth speak such arrogance. For the Lord is a God who knows, and by him deeds are weighed. The bows of the warriors are broken, but those who stumbled are armed with strength. Those who were full hire themselves out for land, but those who were hungry are hungry no more. She who was barren has borne 7 children. And all I ever wanted was to have a baby. And Teddy, I think I've told you that because of my celiac disease, I think I had a hard time getting pregnant, and I took medicine and worked so hard to have you. You were really a miracle. I didn't know if I'd have another baby. So I understand what Hannah felt. Angus, I was blessed he came on our first wedding anniversary, so I was blessed that Angus came quickly. The Lord brings death and makes alive. He brings down to the grave and raises up. The Lord sends poverty and wealth. He humbles and he exalts. He raises the poor from the dust, and he lifts the needy from the ash heap. He seats them with princes and has them inherit a throne of honor. For the foundations of the earth are the Lord's. On them he has set the world. He will guard the feet of his faithful servants, but the wicked will be silenced in the place of darkness. It is not by strength that one prevails. Those who oppose the Lord will be broken. The Most High will thunder from heaven. The Lord will judge the ends of the earth. He will give strength to his king and exalt the horn of his anointed. I know that you each have your own opinions about faith, and I think it's just a nice story, even if you don't believe it comes from God. And I just wanted to share it with you because Jillian shared it with me, and it made me feel better. And I hope it makes you feel better. I love you.